Booyakasha, toy fans! D21 Beast Rob here, back with another Ninja Turtle review for you guys here today. And today we're looking at the brand new Dimension X April O'Neil figure, released by Playmates in 2016. Now I've got to say, walking into Target today, I was pretty surprised to see a Dimension X April O'Neil figure. I haven't seen any preview images or even heard that this figure was on the way. But we've been long overdue for another April O'Neil figure in the Nickelodeon TMNT toy line. Thanks, by the way, Playmates. But now that we are finally getting another April, I love that she's the Dimension X version to go along with the Turtles that we received late last year. As you can see here, the packaging is very similar to what we've seen before. We do have the Nickelodeon and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles logo there at the top. It does say Dimension X. We've got that show-rendered version of the Dimension X Turtles in the upper right. We then have the figure's name here at the bottom, and a blister bubble that does house the figure and her accessories inside. Flipping this package around, we have the Nickelodeon and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles logo at the top. We do have a bio for April O'Neil off to the right. Go ahead and pause now to read that. And coming down to the bottom of the packaging, you do see all the figures currently available from this toy line. And stay tuned to my channel because Dimension X Casey is coming soon. Alright, toy fans, that's the packaging. Let's get April out of the box and see what she's all about. Alright, toy fans, what the? Captain Kirk? What are you doing here? I just wanted to welcome her aboard. I'm 14, mister. You know, the Ocampans only live 9 years. By their standards, you're practically a grandma. Twice. Okay, Tiberius, time to chase some other space case. Let's hit it from the top. And here we have Space Comrade April O'Neil out of the packaging. Sorry about that intro. As you can see here, we do have a pretty decent looking TMNT figure for Playmate standards. I like the pearlized white paint that this figure has at the top. I like the way that the gauntlets look and the way that the gloves look. Really, this is a pretty awesome costume for a couple of reasons. One, it's a great amount of detail for this April figure, and it looks a lot better than the figure that we got back in Series 1 of the line. And we'll compare that more in just a bit. But we have a costume that actually greatly resembles the 1980s style Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles reporter jumpsuit that April used to wear. Right down to the line work on the costume, if you can see here. Same sort of like knee pads, they're not knee pads, but the sort of knee design that old costume had. The pockets on the side, really, it just looks like that old Channel 6 uniform from the original animated series. Taking a look at the head sculpt up close, you can see that it does greatly resemble April O'Neil from the animated series that airs on Nickelodeon. Her ponytail is actually missing, but I think that's necessary for her accessories. I do wish the paint was applied a little more straight. I mean, the eyes look nice, but as you can see, they're just a bit offset from the actual sculpt for the eye is supposed to be. But we have some nice black paint detail here, as well as the yellow square that's been applied. Flipping the figure around, we have that same pearlized paint on the back. Nice sculpted detail here for the belt. And really just the rest of the costume coming all the way down. These rocket boots look really great. It's really a fun figure. And let's go and talk about her accessory now. I mentioned this looks like her Channel 8 jumpsuit. Well, here we have what the box calls a blaster, but obviously this is a high 8 styled, or just sort of the 90s trigger-handled camera that the April O'Neil action figure came with. And I love that she has this. It fits comfortably into her hand, but then it also has the holster on the side of her leg here. Really, I think the only major complaint I have about this figure is actually the neck, or the lack thereof, as you see here. This April figure actually had a neck and there was a nice ball-jointed head on top of it, and she actually stands taller because she does have the neck joint. This April O'Neil figure, there's just no neck at all. Now, the other accessory that April O'Neil has is a bit of a disappointment, though. We have this sort of domed helmet to kind of mimic what the Turtles in the Dimension X line are wearing, but as you can see, it's a very rough mold. There's some texturing going on inside the helmet that I don't think is supposed to be there. It's kind of coming through on the camera there. It really just kind of hinders the enjoyment of seeing the figure's face through the actual shield of the helmet. I just don't think it looks very clean or very nice. Now that pearlized white paint has been continued on the back, and there's actually a peg that goes into the back of the figure, so that helmet will stay arguably secure. There's still an opening at the bottom. I think that's necessary just because of the nature of the figure. On the show it's not there, and I don't think it's supposed to be there if this figure were to be made 100% show accurate, but it's necessary to make the helmet removable, and I'm glad that it is. Articulation-wise, April does have a head that'll look left and right. She's got a rotation here at the shoulder that moves forward that far, back that far, out from the body that far, rotation at the glove. She has a rotation at the waist. She's got a ball-jointed hip that moves forward that far, back only about that far. It has a twist in it so you can actually bend it out from the body like that and move it back and forth. And there's no actual articulation in the knee or in the ankle at all. So this articulation is actually a bit limiting on this April figure. What she's got does work better than what we got on the Series 1 April O'Neil figure, but I do wish she would have had some knee joints or some elbow joints. The Ninja Turtle figures have them, why can't the human figures have them too? Height-wise, we can see that April O'Neil does stand right about 4 3/4 inches tall. For some size comparison, here she is compared to her Series 1 counterpart from the same toy line. Here she is compared to the regular version of Casey Jones, also from this same toy line. Here she is compared to the Target exclusive metallic versions of the Dimension X Turtles from the same series. And finally, here she is compared to the 6-inch scale Marvel Legends Infinite Series Wolverine. So, do you happen to remember what I said to you the last time we met? No. Haha, great! Me neither. Alright, toy fans, well that's my review of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Dimension X Space Comrade April O'Neil figure released by Playmates in 2016. Overall, while I am a bit mixed on this figure, I have to acknowledge that it's a complete love letter to fans of the 80s TMNT cartoon, in the same way that this costume design served that purpose on the TV show. The jumpsuit looks great, it's got some nice sculpted detail, I don't feel like a lot of paint applications were missed, I feel like this figure largely looks complete when it comes to paint and sculpt work. I love the video camera / laser gun accessory. The helmet is a bit of a letdown with the manufacturer defects on the inside of the sculpt, and I do wish this figure wasn't missing her neck. But it's great to finally have an April O'Neil that looks like her animated series counterpart, and not the concept artwork that was available before the show actually aired. This figure is a marked improvement over the Series 1 TMNT April O'Neil figure, and if you still haven't managed to find that figure, go ahead and forget about it and just pick up this April. I think you'll be pretty happy. But Playmates, could we please get a Razor fan accessory with the next April? We're sorely missing that. Well, thanks for watching this review, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you guys like what you saw here, do me a big favor and like this video and share it with your friends. It really helps me out. Also, be sure to let me know which April O'Neil figure over the years has been your favorite. While Space Comrade April does rank high for me, I still think I prefer the 2003 version of the character. But that's just me. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.